Hi, students. Today we're going to talk about transformations. Now there are different types of transformations. There's translations, reflections, and dilations. And of course we're doing that on the coordinate plane. So some new vocabulary is the transformation, what an image and a translation are, what a reflection, line of symmetry, dilation, and the center. So let's start with the translations, or also called slides. If we're moving something left or right, that's going to be a negative or a positive on the x value. If we're moving things down or up, that's a negative or a positive on the y value. Down, of course, being negative and up being positive, left being negative and right being positive. Let's look at an example. We have a triangle here, and again, it's on the coordinate plane, so they all have we have these three corners. I'm sorry, it's a triangle, it's 3 corners. So these are vertices. And each of them has an ordered pair. Now we want to find a new triangle that is 4 to the right and 5 down. So this is a translation. We are sliding it 4 to the right and 5 down, and it's going to be down here somewhere. So in order to do this, we need to find the ordered pairs for A, B, and C. So we have to go ahead and count this up and over and up and over and up and over. So our A value is at -3, 7, B is at -1, 0, and C is at 5, 5. Now we're going to use these with this information here to get our new points. So this translation is +4 in the x and -5 in the y, because we're going down, so that's why it's negative, and we're going to the right, that's why it's positive. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our a value, -3, 7, and we're going to add 4 to the a of the x, so -3 plus 4 is 1, and 7 plus -5 is 2. Notice the symbol here, the little accent mark, that means that this is what the translation is. It's not the original value, it's what it is after we've gone 4 right and 5 down. And we're going to do that again for B, -1, 0. So -1 plus 4 is 3, and 0 and -5 is -5. And we're going to do this one last time. 5 plus 4 is 9, and 5 plus -5 is 0. So these are the locations of our new triangle, the corners of our new triangle. And we can graph this if we want. We're not going to this time, and we will not have to on our homework. We'll just need to go ahead and have the new graph. The second type of translation that we're going to have is a reflection, also sometimes called a flip. Now, this is very much backwards. If we want to reflect along the x-axis, we're going to change the y value, plus or minus. And if we're going to reflect on the y-axis, we're going to change the x value. So those are backwards. Reflect y, we change x. If it's x, we change y. And how do we change it? We're just changed it plus or minus. A +3 becomes a -3. So here we have a vertice. So this is a figure, 4 corners. So it's a quadrilateral. And we're going to graph the figure, and we want to reflect it over the y-axis. So if we're reflecting over the y-axis, remember, this is backwards. So we are actually going to change all the x values. So we're going to change them by changing them plus or minus, multiplying by -1. So our m, which is our first one, that -8 gets multiplied by -1 and becomes +8. Notice the 6 does not change at all. Then the 5 becomes -5, the 2 becomes -2, and the -10 becomes, let me move that out of the way, becomes +10. All right, so that's our new location. Again, this is what I'm looking for on your homework. You do not need to go ahead and do more than that, but that's what it is. Let me show you the graph just so you can kind of see. So notice the graph here. We have the original here because it does not have any of the little accents there, but they're flipped. This M goes way over here and this P goes way over there, O and O and N and N. Last one that we're covering today is the dilation. And this is possibly the easiest one because all we're going to do is multiply. We're going to multiply by whatever the scale factor is. So here we have a triangle again, three corners. And they want us to dilate with a scale factor of 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these values and basically just multiply by 3. It's actually really easy. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, and 1 times 3 is 3. So that's my new point. We're going to do the same thing for B and the same thing for C. Now let's take a look at this graph. Again, I'm not going to ask for the graph for the homework. I'm just going to ask for the points, but you understand what we're talking about here, just to see. And notice here's the original one, and a dilation does make them bigger or smaller. This one is very much bigger than the original. But notice it's not right on top. It will move away from the origin. Okay, so here's the origin in the beginning, and notice the A goes way out here. It's in the same line, but it does go ahead and go away from the original value. Thanks so much for your time.